Hi everyone, my name is Kate. Welcome back to my wondernetting channel, and today I'll show you how to crochet this Japanese style top. This top is really pretty and reminds me of Japanese school uniform because of this collar at the back. This top is easy to crochet but might be a little confusing because of the pattern on this top. But I made for you a crochet schemes, so it will be more convenient to you to crochet this top. I leave them in the description below the video, so don't forget to check them out. Of course, you can crochet it without these holes, just with solid double crochets, and it will be much easier to make than with this pattern. But this pattern isn't so difficult as you may think, so don't be afraid. Everything is really easy, and I'll show you everything step by step with decreases, with increases. Everything is simple. This top is perfect for summer, for late spring, so be sure to crochet it. And before we start, please don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Let's get 150,000 subscribers. I would be really grateful if you subscribe. And let's get started. We will need 5 skeins of yarn. I'm using cotton 50 grams with 120 meters. It feels really nice to the touch. I got mine from Wool Club, and with my promo code wondernetting you can get 5% off everything on their website. We also need a hook, 3.5 millimeters, a bit of white yarn, and scissors. Here's what the main pattern looks like. As you can see, it's made up of just double crochet and air loops. The pattern consists of 12 stitches and 10 rows. If you want to make it wider, add 13 more stitches to the 12, so the pattern ends with a double crochet instead of air loop. For the main part of the top, we'll start with 61 double crochets. That's 4 sets of 12 plus 13, which makes 61 double crochets. If you want to make it bigger, go for 5 sets of 12 plus 13. Hope that makes sense. If you have any questions, feel free to ask them in the comments. We'll start crocheting right away with double crochets without making foundation chain. But if it's easier for you to start with the chain of air loops and then crochet a row with double crochets, go for it. Make chain of 2, then yarn over and insert your hook into the first chain. You should have 3 loops on your hook. Then grab the yarn and pull through only the first loop. Hold it with your finger and then complete the regular double crochet. Pull through 2 and pull through 2. That's your first double crochet. Now yarn over again and insert your hook into the loop you were holding with your finger, right at the base of the previous stitch, right here. Grab the yarn, pull it out, you have 3 loops on the hook, and pull through just the first loop again. Hold it in place with your finger, then crochet as regular double crochet. Pull through 2 and pull through 2. It's your second double crochet. And keep repeating like this until you have a total 61 double crochets. And here's what my first row looks like. It's 45 centimeters long, and now we're going to turn our work without any chain of air loop, and from now on we'll always start each row the same way. Insert your hook into the very first stitch, grab the yarn and make a single crochet. Then insert your hook into this loop and make 1 more single crochet. So this creates a single crochet above single crochet, which keeps the edge nice and straight. This also counts at the first stitch of the row. And now continue the row with only double crochets all the way to the end. Here's what the first 2 rows looks like, and now turn your work. And just like before, make single crochet into the very first stitch and again the second single crochet above the previous one, like this. Now crochet 6 double crochets. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. In total 7 stitches. Then chain 1, skip 1 stitch And from the next one, start crocheting 11 double crochets. And then just repeat the pattern, chain 1, skip 1 stitch, crochet 11 double crochet, then again chain 1, skip 1 stitch, 11 double crochets, and you should end up this row with 5 double crochets. So this is how we start forming the first little holes in the design. Here's what I've got. Now turn your work and as always make single crochet above single crochet into the very first stitch, and in this row we'll be adding more open spaces. Start by making 2 double crochets. Then chain 1, skip 1 stitch and make a double crochet, and try to insert your hook into this loop below the stitch right here so that your double crochet lines up neatly with the one from the previous row. And repeat 2 more times. Chain 1, skip 1 stitch and make double crochet. And again chain 1, skip 1 stitch and make double crochet. So this is how it looks, and then crochet 6 more double crochets and then repeat the pattern. Chain 1, skip 1 stitch, double crochet, repeat it 3 times in total, and then 6 double crochets. Repeat it until the end of the row. Don't forget to make the last double crochet right here at the end of the row into this stitch. And now turn your work and start the row the same way as before, single crochet above single crochet. Make 2 double crochets. And then we need to crochet 4 open spaces in a row, just like we did in the previous row, but 4 times. Then make 2 double crochets and then repeat these open spaces 4 times again. Keep crocheting this way until the end of the row. At the end of the row, chain 1, skip 1 stitch and make double crochet. The last double crochet in this row, like this, and this is what it should look like. Turn your work. In the next row we'll be making only open squares, just double crochet stitches and chain 1. So make single crochet above single crochet, then chain 1, skip 1 stitch and make another double crochet, then again chain 1, skip 1 stitch and double crochet. Keep repeating this pattern all the way to the end of the row. The next row is super simple. We'll be making double crochets into every stitch across the row, including the chain spaces. Just keep going, placing a double crochet into each stitch and each chain space until you reach the end. Don't forget to crochet the last stitch at the end of the row, and here's what it should look like. As you can see, we've created these triangle shapes, one solid and one with open spaces. In the next row, we'll start forming the triangles again, and the tops of the open triangles should align with the tops of the solid ones. This will help you follow the pattern even without looking at the pattern chart. So we start the next row as usual, single crochet above single crochet, then crochet 10 double crochets, chain 1, skip 1 stitch, and continue with 11 double crochets. Then repeat the pattern again. Here you can see the top of the solid triangle, and right above it we need to create an open space. So keep crocheting this pattern, gradually expanding the open triangles by adding more open spaces in each row, and in total we need to crochet about 4 lines of these triangles, and this is how it should look in the end. The height is 28 centimeters and the width is 43 centimeters. And now we are going to shape the neckline following this pattern. And we'll start by working on the right side first, then move on to the left side. From the first stitch, make 7 slip stitches. Then make chain 1 and into the same stitch make a single crochet, like this. Then chain 1, skip 1 stitch and into the next make half double crochet, crochet all 3 loops together like this. You can put a marker on the first stitch for your convenience. Keep crocheting following the pattern until you have left 8 stitches at the end of the row. And at the end make half double crochet and into the next stitch single crochet. Turn your work and from this row we'll start making decreases. Insert your hook into the first stitch, grab the yarn, pull it out, insert the hook into the next stitch, grab the yarn, pull it out. You have 3 loops on the hook, crochet them together. Then insert your hook into this first loop and make a single crochet. So this is our first decrease. Then crochet following the pattern until you have left 2 stitches at the end of the row. At the end of the row, the decrease will look like this. Instead of chain 1, simply make double crochet directly into the very last stitch. Since we're skipping the chain 1, this counts as our decrease. In this row, we'll start shaping the neckline and work only on the right side. Begin with the decrease using the first 2 stitches, just like we did in the previous row. Insert your hook into the very first stitch, grab the yarn, pull it out, insert your hook into the next stitch, grab the yarn, pull it out, crochet 3 loops together, then insert the hook into this side loop and make single crochet. The neckline will start at the center of these open spaces, so we need to stop 4 stitches before reaching the middle hole. So I've stopped 4 stitches before the center hole, and on the neckline side, we'll always make 2 decreases in a row. That means we'll consistently leave 4 stitches unworked and crocheted and use them to create 2 decreases. For the first decrease, simply skip 1 stitch and make double crochet into the next stitch. That's our first decrease, we just skipped 1 stitch. For the second decrease, don't make chain 1, instead crochet double crochet directly into the next double crochet from the previous row. That's it, we've made 2 decreases just by skipping 2 stitches from the previous row. Next row we start with 2 decreases again. First decrease, just make single crochet decrease with 2 first stitches and then single crochet above them. We did this decrease before. Then make double crochet into the next stitch, then skip 1 stitch and make another double crochet into the following stitch. And this is our second decrease. So this way the pattern remains consistent. You can place a marker on the first stitch we decrease and you will not lose it. Next, continue following the pattern as usual by the end of the row. This row I finished with chain 1 and double crochet into the last stitch. Start the next row as usual with single crochet above single crochet and then continue following the pattern until you have 4 uncrocheted stitches left at the end of the row. So these are my last 4 stitches, and for the first decrease simply skip chain 1 and make double crochet into the next stitch right here. It's our first decrease. And the second decrease will be like this: yarn over, insert the hook into the stitch, grab the yarn, pull it out, and crochet only 2 loops on the hook. Then yarn over again, insert the hook into the next stitch, grab the yarn, pull it out, crochet 2 loops on the hook, and then 3 together. It's our second decrease. Start the next row with 2 decreases again. First, make a single crochet decrease above the single crochet, like we did before. And for the second decrease, make a double crochet decrease. It's like yarn over, crochet first 2 loops, again yarn over, crochet first 2 loops, then 3 together. It's our second decrease. Then crochet as usual until the end of the row. From the next row, we'll start increasing on the arm side while continue to make 2 decreases on the neckline side. So start the row with an increase, make single crochet above single crochet, and then in the same stitch make a double crochet. Then following the pattern as usual, and at the end of the row with 4 stitches remain, make 2 decreases just like before. The first decrease is double crochet decrease and the second decrease is also double crochet decrease. Start the next row with 2 decreases again, make single crochet decrease above single crochet, and the second decrease will be like double crochet decrease. Then continue following the pattern until the end of the row, and at the very end we need to make an increase by working 2 double crochets into the last stitch. Next row, start with an increase again, make single crochet above the single crochet, then make chain 1 and make 1 double crochet into the same stitch. Then continue following the pattern until the end of the row, and with the last 4 stitches make 2 decreases. For the first decrease just skip chain 1 and this will count as the first decrease. And for the second decrease, make double crochet decrease. Next row is the last one. Start with 1 decrease, make a single crochet above single crochet decrease like we did before, and then follow the pattern working with double crochets into each stitch as usual. And at the end of the row, don't make any increase, simply make chain 1, cut the yarn and pull out the loop. We've finished the right side and it's time to work on the left side. The process is similar, but there are some differences. You can check them on the pattern chart or crochet with me. Make a starter loop and insert your hook into this stitch. Make chain of 3, then yarn over, skip 1 chain and make a double crochet into the next stitch. Then skip another stitch and make double crochet into the next one. So we've just made 2 decreases by simply skipping stitches below. Then continue following the pattern, and when you reach the last 2 stitches, make a decrease there as well. So at the end I make chain 1, skip 1 stitch, and with 2 last stitches I'm making a double crochet decrease. From the next row we won't be decreasing on the arm side anymore, but we'll keep making decreases on the neckline side. So turn your work, make single crochet above single crochet, then continue following the pattern until you have 4 stitches left at the end. Here are my 4 stitches, and for the first decrease we simply skip the stitch below and make double crochet into the next one. And for the second decrease, make a double crochet decrease. The next row starts with 2 decreases again. First we make a single crochet decrease over the single crochet. And the second decrease is a double crochet decrease. Then continue following the pattern and there is no decrease at the end of the row. The next row has special details. We'll be adding increases in the middle of the row. This is necessary to match the number of stitches on the right side of the top. The right side originally had more stitches than left, so we need to even it out. We can't stop making decreases on the neckline side, and we also can start increasing on the arm side because that would change the shape of the left section. So instead, we'll be adding the increases in the middle of the row. So in this row we're going to start by crocheting just 9 stitches. I've already done 9, and into the 9th stitch we'll making an increase by adding another double crochet into the same stitch, like this. And then we crochet 1 double crochet into the next stitch, like this, and make another increase in the next stitch. So just make 2 double crochet in 1 stitch. That's it, we've now evened out the number of stitches on the left side, and now to finish the row we just need to make 2 decreases at the end using double crochet decreases. Now we have the same number of stitches in this row as we did on the right side in the same row. Turn your work, start the row with 2 decreases. First make single crochet decrease and make another single crochet above it, then make a double crochet decrease, and after that continue following the pattern, and at the end we need to make an increase in the last stitch by working 1 more double crochet into it. Turn your work and start with an increase, make single crochet above single crochet, then make chain 1, and this counts as an increase. So in the next stitch work a double crochet, then continue following the pattern until you have 4 uncrocheted stitches left, and for those make 2 decreases, the first decrease as double crochet decrease and the second one the same way. Turn your work and start with a decrease, single crochet, and then another single crochet above it. Then make 1 double crochet into the next stitch. And for the second decrease, simply skip the chain space and work the next double crochet into the next stitch. So skipping the chain 1 already counts as a decrease. And then continue following the pattern. At the very end, make an increase by making chain 1 and double crochet into the last stitch again, like this. And now the final row starts without an increase, just single crochet above single crochet, and at the very end make 1 decrease with 2 last stitches using a double crochet decrease. Make chain 1, cut the yarn, and you should have a total of 12 stitches left, the same number as on the right side. The width at the base is 17 cm and the width at the top is 7.5 cm. And now we need to make the back the same way but without the neckline, but with increases and decreases at the arm side. So let's imagine this is my back piece. I have the same number of stitches as the front piece. This is my last row before starting the armhole decreases. We begin with 7 slip stitches. Then make chain 1 and make single crochet into the same stitch. Then again chain 1, skip 1 stitch, and into the next stitch make half double crochet. Crochet 3 loops together, like this. After that, continue following the pattern exactly as before until you have left 8 uncrocheted stitches left at the end. Here are my 8 uncrocheted stitches. I make half double crochet into the next stitch and a single crochet into the next one too, like this. Then turn your work and we start the next row with 1 decrease, single crochet decrease like this, and make another single crochet above it. Then continue crocheting the pattern until we have 2 stitches left at the end. At the very end, we make a decrease by simply skipping this chain space below and make double crochet into the very last stitch. The decrease happens because we skipped that chain space. The next row start with single crochet decrease and make another single crochet above it. Then continue following the pattern and finish the row with another decrease. At the end, before the decrease, chain 1, skip 1 stitch and make double crochet decrease with 2 last stitches, like this. We've just completed 3 rows with decreases, and now we need to crochet the next 3 rows straight up without any decreases. And once those are done, we'll start making increases. I'll back to you at that point. I've finished 3 rows without decreases, so we now have a total of 6 rows worked upwards, and now we need to crochet 3 rows with increases and then 1 final row without any increases. So to start the next row, make single crochet above single crochet and make 1 more double crochet into the same first stitch. Then crochet following the pattern until the last stitch. At the end, make 1 more double crochet into the last stitch. Turn your work, start single crochet above single crochet, then make chain 1, and this counts as an increase. Next, work double crochet into the next stitch. Then continue following the pattern until the last stitch. At the end, make 2 double crochets into the last stitch. Then turn your work and this will be the last row with increases. Start with single crochet above single crochet. Then make another double crochet into the same stitch. Then chain 1 and continue following the pattern until the last stitch. At the end, make 2 double crochets into the last stitch. And that's it for the next row. Just follow the pattern without any increases, just straight row up. And with that, the back piece is complete. Make chain 1 and cut the yarn. And here is how my back piece looks. And now let's move to the collar. For the collar, make 49 double crochets and work 3 lines of triangle patterns. In my case, that's 17 rows in total, and you should finish with a row with double crochets. And now we'll start decreasing 2 decreases on the inner side of each row. Place a marker on the 16th stitch from each side, and now start the row following the pattern, stopping 4 stitches before the marker. Then make 2 decreases in a row. The first decrease is double crochet decrease, and the second decrease is also double crochet decrease. Next row, start with 2 decreases. Again, the first decrease is single crochet decrease, then make single crochet above it, like this. Then skip the chain 1 space and make a double crochet into the next stitch, so this counts as another decrease. Continue following the pattern until the end of the row. The next row starts as usual, and with 4 last stitches make 2 decreases. At the end, skip chain space and this counts as the first decrease. Then make double crochet decrease with 2 last stitches like this. And that way we've completed 2 decreases in a row. Next row, start with single crochet decrease and single crochet above it. Then skip chain space and make a double crochet into the next stitch. And after that, continue following the pattern. Next row start as usual, and when you reach the last 4 stitches, make 2 double crochet decreases. Next row start with single crochet decrease and make single crochet above it, and the second decrease will be a double crochet decrease. And you have 2 stitches left, crochet them as usual. Then turn your work, and now we need to start the next row with 2 decreases because we have left 4 stitches. So make the first decrease a single crochet decrease and single crochet above it, and double crochet decrease. Then turn your work and final decrease with 2 stitches, make as single crochet decrease and single crochet above it. Chain 1 and cut the yarn. From the other side, make a starter loop and insert the hook into the stitch where you have the marker. Make chain of 2 and double crochet into the next stitch. This will count as the first decrease. Then work with 2 next stitches and make double crochet decrease again. Then continue following the pattern, and I'll meet you at the end of the next row. I'm at the end of the next row. I'm making the last double crochet before the decreases. First decrease as double crochet decrease, and the second decrease double crochet decrease 2. Next row start as single crochet decrease and single crochet above it, and the second decrease as double crochet decrease, and I'll meet you at the end of the next row. I'm at the end of the next row. I made chain 1, skip the chain 1 space, and after that making double crochet decrease. It's the first decrease, and the second decrease is the same double crochet decrease. Next row is single crochet decrease and single crochet above it, and double crochet decrease. It's the second decrease. At the end of the next row, make 2 double crochet decreases with 4 last stitches. Next row, single crochet decrease and single crochet above it, and double crochet decrease. And the final row, 1 decrease with 2 last stitches, single crochet decrease and single crochet above it. Then chain 1 and cut the yarn. That's it, we've finished all the parts of the top, the collar, front and back pieces. Now all that's left is to sew everything together and add wide edging to the collar. We'll be joining all the pieces with single crochets, so make a starter loop and insert the hook into the first stitches on the shoulders and make chain 1. Then make single crochet into the next stitches. Join the shoulders with single crochets, at the end chain 1 and cut the yarn. Sides work with 2 single crochets into each row and join it to the decreases for the armholes. And try to insert the hook right into the center of the stitch to avoid creating a large holes. Attach the collar so that the number of rows on its long sides lines up with the rows on the front from where the neckline starts. This will keep the join even and symmetrical. the number of stitches between the long sides of the collar doesn't match the number of uncrocheted stitches on the back. So here's how we're going to attach the collar. Starting from the bottom of the neckline, work with 2 single crochets into each row, inserting the hook into the center of the stitch, and continue like this until you reach the beginning of the back. As you can see, the number of stitches on the collar and the back doesn't match. So at the beginning, we'll work 2 stitches from the back into 1 stitch on the collar. And we'll do this for the first 7 stitches on the back. So the first 2 stitches on the back into the first stitch on the collar, 1, and into the same stitch on the collar, 2. Next 2 stitches again into the second stitch on the collar, 1 and 2. Next 2 stitches the same way into the next stitch on the collar, 1 and 2. And the last 7th stitch into the next stitch on the collar. Then crochet as usual, 1 stitch at 1 stitch until you have left 7 stitches on the back. So these are my 7 stitches, and right now again 2 stitches on the back into 1 stitch on the collar. This is what it should look like, and now we move on to the neckline, where we'll crochet 2 single crochets into each row. At the end, chain 1 and cut the yarn. This is how it should look, and now we need to hide all the ends, and the last step is to edge the collar. And I also recommend edging the sleeves with single crochets as well as the bottom of the top. For the sleeves, make 2 single crochets into each row, and for the bottom, just 1 single crochet into each stitch. To make the edging for the collar, start by chaining about 40 air loops. This will determine the length of your front ties. Then insert your hook into the collar and crochet 2 single crochets into each row as you work around the entire collar. At the corners, make 3 single crochets into 1 stitch. At the end, chain another 40 air loops, make an extra chain 1, turn your work, and start crocheting the second row with single crochets from the second chain from the hook. Continue crocheting around and making 3 single crochets at the corners, and repeat this process for as many rows as you need to achieve your desired tie width. And here we have a beautiful summer top. It's simple yet stylish. You can also make it without the collar and it will still look great. I recommend wearing a light top underneath to avoid any transparency. So I thank you for watching this video. I'm sure you did it well. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to add them in the comments. Also, don't forget to tag me with your creations made by my tutorials on my Instagram. I see everything. And again, thank you for watching this video, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye, kitties!